Hi, I'm Ben Munson, editor for Medical Design and Development, and today we're chatting with Michael Bodner, Company Group Chair of Electrophysiology and Neurovascular at Johnson Johnson MedTech. Michael, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me, Ben. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate your time. Your company recently launched the VARIPULSE Pro in Europe, and I'm kind of wondering, how does this next step improve on the previous generation?
Well, thanks for the question, Ben. At Johnson Johnson, we just launched VARIPULSE Pro in Europe, post getting CE mark. And this is really the next evolution of our VARIPULSE platform. And it's a meaningful step forward. The biggest difference is the shorter ablation time, and it's fast. It's actually 5 times faster, delivering the same safety profile and the same quality lesions. And from the physician community, we're hearing that it's smoother and it's easier. And look, as we know, shorter ablation times, that's going to create a more efficient procedure without sacrificing precision. And it also seamlessly integrates into CARTO 3. And that's really important because that's the workflow that physicians know best. So they don't change the way they work, it just works better. And so this is really about our commitment that we made about a year ago to pulse sequence innovation. And this is the next step in that journey.
Mm-hmm. So the improvements that you made have been met with a positive response, right, so far from healthcare professionals. Was it sort of based on their input, these improvements, or was it something that was kind of a planned evolution over time?
Planned evolution over time, but we work hand in hand with the physician community. So based on their expertise and input, we're able to make these adjustments. They can be from an irrigation rate or how we deliver the energy itself. But it's all based on really the foundational work that we've done, making sure they're building on the proven precision and the safety profile.
What do these improvements mean in terms of the patient experience?
So the patient experience is significantly improved, and I'll walk you through that. I like to start with our design goal. And this was around increasing the efficiency without compromising safety or precision. And we feel very confident that we've done that. And so from the patient perspective, this is about procedure time and patient recovery. So if it's 5 times faster from an ablation time, that results in less time on the table. Less time on the table is going to be a better procedure and a faster recovery. And for the physicians that use this technology, it feels smoother from start to finish. And we're now building on the momentum with the data sets that we're creating with this platform. VARIPURE, which is a real-world registry, has just crossed 1,000 patients, and the 1-year data is looking excellent. We're seeing 90% success rates at 1 year in paroxysmal AFib with an excellent safety profile, 0 neurological events. So it's a strong foundation for us to build on. And we are dedicated to supporting physicians so they can deliver high quality care and improve patient outcomes.
That's excellent. PFA, the technology, has evolved kind of a lot over the last few years, both at J&J and kind of within the industry as a whole. I'm kind of wondering if you can go a little more in depth about what's involved with that evolution and how it has continued to get more efficient and just improve in general.
So pulse field ablation, PFA, has been transformational in the world of electrophysiology. The promise of PFA has been around safety. Now, if you step back a little bit, the alternative therapeutics were thermal, and that's RF or radio frequency ablation or cryo. And so we were creating lesions based on either doing an ablation with heat or with cold. We've changed that now to doing pulse field ablation, creating irreversible electroporation. But it's early. We have decades of experience with RF and with cryo. Now with pulse field ablation, it's still in the early years. So the idea initially was that tissue proximity was good enough. If we were close to the tissue, we can create an effective lesion. What we've learned as a community is that we really want to be touching tissue, And even more so that we want to have contact force, that we're not only touching tissue, but we're touching it in the right amount to drive an effective lesion. Now, when we're touching tissue and effectively driving that lesion, we also can reduce the risk of adverse events, particularly when you ablate blood. So if the catheter is just in the blood pool, that can create hemolysis, which also has negative impacts from acute kidney injury to other adverse events that may negatively impact the patient.
You're saying it's early years, so where does the next step kind of go for PFA?
Next step for PFA is around shorter ablation times, safer energy that has less heat, less microbubbles, and having it integrated into a mapping system that tells the physician intraoperative cues that they're touching the tissue, that they're delivering an effective lesion, and that they've done a good job. And so that's the importance of integrating it into CARTO, which is our market-leading mapping system that tells the physician exactly where they are, where they're going, and what they still need to do. And as the energy evolves in terms of pulse sequences, that lesion set's going to be even safer, even more efficient, and even more effective, particularly knowing how deep that lesion has been and has it been delivered in an effective way.
Mm-hmm. And you said you just kind of hit a milestone with the VARIPULSE data set, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And
yes.
As that continues to grow, how is that going to kind of help to inform more improvements with the PFA tech?
So as we build data sets, we'll learn about the quality of the lesions, the precision of the lesions, and if there are any safety situations, we can learn about why that happened and what we need to do to adjust. So in the past, we have adjusted irrigation rates. We're able to adjust the delivery of the pulse sequences. We're able to provide physicians with intraoperative cues that show them where they're touching tissue, where they've done ablation, or where they still need to go. So as we learn and collect those data sets, we're able to adjust, and we're committed to multi-generational launches. And so those multi-generational launches could be optimizing irrigation rates, it could be new pulse sequences, it can even be adjustments to the catheter itself to improve the handling and how it's manipulated for even further ease of use.
Was there anything else you wanted to mention about the technology?
Ben, thanks for the question. Look, maybe I can share with what's exciting me most, and it's the momentum that we're having. VARIPULSE Pro is now live in Europe. We're launching our CARTO Sonata module globally, and this is our first AI-powered module that helps physicians build the heart chambers really quickly and really accurately. And again, this is a soft tissue procedure, so knowing where the chambers are and being able to create that quickly really matters. We've launched dual energy STSF in Europe. Now that's the platform that physicians know best. That's the market leading RF platform, but now it comes with both RF and PFA, and the toggle between is seamless. And it also has contact force, which tells physicians they're not only touching the tissue, but how deep they're penetrating with the PFA. We also have early data readouts on OmniPulse, which we're looking forward to bringing to the United States market. That early pilot data is showing really nice success rates, 100% procedural success and no safety events. And this year we're celebrating the 30th birthday of CARTO. And this is the platform that shaped modern day electrophysiology. And we're working on developing our next generation modules, which will have even further enhancements with artificial intelligence. So our pipeline is strong. We're building data, the launches are coming, and we're not slowing down. In fact, we're accelerating, and I'm proud of the work we're doing, and we will continue to do to advance patient care.